Hey guys, welcome to my first YouTube tutorial. Today I'm doing my foundation routine. We're just going to start off with a clean face and we're going to start priming. We're going to be using a couple primers today. Right now we're using the Makeup Forever Smoothing Primer on our pores, just because I have quite large pores and I want to cover them as best as I can. Just dabbing that across the problem areas. Now I'm going to be going in with the step 1 also from Makeup Forever. It is a mattifying one, a little bit too much come out, but oh well, can't change it. So just rubbing that in my hands and putting the product in between my eyebrows where the T-zone would be, on the cheeks because I get extremely oily there, and a little bit dabbing that on the rest of my face. Spritzing my face with the amazing Smashbox Hydrating Primer Water just to make our base come on smoothly. Today I decided to go with the Nars Sheer Glow Foundation. One, because I love a dewy finish and because it was the right skin colour. So I'm going to be mixing that with this Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, like a little cocktail on the back of my hand. After we mix that all together, we are going to start putting that on our face evenly, just in little dabbing motions. So yeah, just putting that on our face and then we're going to blend it in. Don't you worry guys, I got you. So using this a flat top kabuki brush or even a blending sponge, whatever you guys have is fine. We are just going to start slowly blending this into our skin. How I prefer to do it is just dabbing that onto the face and then going in with a brush. With the brush, I don't do swirling motions, I just do dabbing motions all across the face in all my areas, even on top of the lips, just because this doesn't make the product move. I'm dabbing it into my skin, so it will go into all the fine lines, wrinkles, and problem areas such as my pores, and it will not move. By swishing and doing circular motions, you're moving the product and your primers. By dabbing it, you're making more of a coverage and you're not moving the product essentially. So as you can see, I'm nearly finished blending and we're going to start concealing under our eyes. I have extremely bad under eyes. I hate them so much, so the more concealer the better. So I'll be using 2 today, the Estee Lauder Double Wear as a highlight, and the Nars Radiant Creamy Custard Concealer as more as the anti-creasing concealer, as I do have a little bit of wrinkles under my eyes. And by ensuring we are going to try and get rid of the wrinkles as much as we can, we'll be using my method, how I like to use it, to decrease the creasing. So we're also going to highlight our nose, chin, and in between our eyebrows so we have some definition to the face. So I'm just going to grab a dry beauty blender and just start putting dabbing motions under the eyes and where we're concealed. Just with a dry beauty blender, you won't be using up any of the product, you'll be pushing it into the skin. Doing it this method, you won't be soaking up the product yet, you'll just be placing it where you want it to sit. After you have everything blended dry and you're happy to wet the beauty blender as so, you can start blending where you would find the most creasing and you want everything to be blended perfectly. Which mine would be under the eyes and under the eyelids, as I wanted to prime the lids ready for eyeshadow and eyeliner. To prevent creasing straight away, you want to definitely powder where you just concealed. I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit and the Banana and the Vanilla shade on a MAC Special Edition brush. I have no idea what it's called, but I'll put it in the description bar. So going from the outer eye into the inner corner and down, slowly we are going to be blending in that powder. You just don't want to definitely get this on your lids as well, guys. You just want to try and prevent creasing as much as you can. You don't want to have too much product though. Yeah, and this is me doing a drum solo to Bring the Horizon Throne. Now I am just slowly starting to bronze up my face because I am white as hell. So just slowly blending that in with a sponge. I'm using a wet beauty blender, and as you can see, just dabbing that into my skin. No, just in normal motions, not swiping, so you won't be messing up any of your foundation. Oop, here we go again. God damn. So yep, just blending out everything we have done to get ready to contour. This is the Stilla Medium Contour Kit, and I'm using a Real Techniques foundation brush to carve out my cheekbones. This stuff is so buttery, guys. It is amazing, but you can go a little bit heavy-handed like I did on the left side, as you can see. It's a bit thick, so just make sure you're taking your time. You can always blend it out, but I went a little bit crazy. Just doing the forehead and in between the nose to narrow my nose and make my forehead not look as big. That is the best thing about contouring, guys. If you don't like something, you can fix it with contouring. And now we are going to start blending all of that out. I'm just using a kabuki brush on the forehead to blend out. And on the sides of the cheekbones, I'm using also the wet beauty blender to pick up the residue of the contour kit. Just dabbing that, no swiping. You know what I say, guys. You don't want to move any of the products you've already just put down. So just blending all your foundation and everything that you are happy to start putting down powder. So we're using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. We are going to be using the highlighting powders, the banana and the pinky undertones. Just on the high points of the face, which will be the chin, the bridge of the nose, and in between the eyebrows. And to make everything blend out when we put powder on top, sorry guys, tongue twister. You just want to set the rest of your foundation. I'm using Lauder Mercier translucent powder just on the other areas you haven't already powdered. Just so when we contour with the other powders, you won't be blending out on liquids as when it starts to look muddy and cakey, and you don't want that. So just using a model's preferred brush and pressing that powder into the skin. Using my Holy Grail brushes to highlight and contour with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. You want to really get off the excess you can, guys. It's extremely pigmented, and we are going to slowly start carving out the cheekbones. Pressing the pigmentation of the shadow into the skin so it's not as cakey, and just slowly blending up into the hairline. As I just said, I really dislike my forehead, so contouring the forehead and the temples will make it look as big as I think it is. So just pressing that into the skin slowly but surely. We were going in with a bronzer anyway to make it look even more blended. This is the Hoola Benefit. It is amazing. I can't not rant about it enough. Yep, so just definitely patting that in to the skin. Just like I said, guys, you don't want to disrupt anything we've already done. So just pressing that into the skin and blending the two shadows together to make a perfect contour and bronze look. When you are happy with this, guys, you can just start highlighting away. Highlighter is my holy grail. I can't live without my highlighting. So just going on the tops of the cheekbones and the side of the temples and a little bit on the forehead today. I'm using the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone. It is the most beautiful color on fair skin. It's just got pearlescent silver in it. Now I'm just doing some ridiculous posing, and I just want to thank you guys for watching this first YouTube tutorial. I love you guys. Thank you.